Stuff that doesn't happen in the everyday, normal world. Before I read the article, I'm going to show a picture.
Grandma virtualized.
What do you suppose that is? Let me get a little bit of zoomage on here. Shawn, what do you think?
It's human foot.
Okay, that's one of them. What's the other one?
That's human foot meat.
What? No.
Yep.
No. And what, he paid it to his dog or something?
No, it's friends.
You ready?
Shut the fuck up.
Are you ready? Shawn read it. So this was posted on January 22nd, 2019.
He barbecued his foot and gave it to his homies?
The story came out yesterday. The headline says, man serves friends tacos made from his own amputated foot.
Oh, carne asada. I'm down.
Listen up, ladies and gents, and everything in between. Brace yourself. That opening line, did you catch that? Listen up, ladies, gents, and everything in between. That's politically correct.
Yeah,
brace yourself, because this is going to be one of the juicy, bloody, cynical, and gross story. Before we start, I have a question. If you were given the opportunity to eat human flesh and it was totally legal, would you? Well, apparently that's exactly what 11 people did.
Knowingly? They knew?
Reddit used incredibly shiny shirt shared Reddit user incredibly shiny shirt shared a very unusual story of a motorcycle crash that put him face to face with a morbid hypothetical. You see, Shiny was in a terrible accident that forced him to think quick on his feet. A car hit his motorcycle, which sent him flying into a forest, causing his foot to shatter to a point where he could never walk again. Doctors immediately saw his foot and stated they needed to amputate it. Instead of crying about it, he decided to ask doctors a question: can I keep it? On Sunday, July 10th, 2016, 3 weeks after the accident, Shiny, who prefers to remain anonymous, invited 10 of his most open-minded friends to brunch. They ate puff pastries, chocolate cake, fruit tarts, and gin drank lemonade punches and mimosas. What was unusual about this brunch? The main course was fajita tacos made from Shiny's severed human limb.
So they knew.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this even legal? Well, the United States doesn't really have a federal law banning cannibalism. The only state that can actually land you in prison for eating human flesh is Idaho. Laws against buying and selling human meat, murder, and corpse desecration make cannibalism difficult, but technically it's legal in all 49 other states. I mean, come on, it's not every day someone consents to be eaten or is even remotely interested in eating someone else. Safe to say that would raise a lot of ethical questions, which was not the case for Shiny because it was not only legal but ethical. He documented the entire process. But I should warn you, the pictures are so graphic that I regret seeing them while at work because I almost threw up everywhere. If you're a fan of gore and unbelievably gross things, click here. I'm not going to click there. Shiny said he originally wanted to have his foot taxidermied or freeze-dried so he could use it as a house lamp or doorstep holder.
I like that.
He stated, it's now going to be cremated and chucked into a landfill. It's part of me and I want it back. So that's exactly what happened. Doctors gave him his foot back, in which he froze. Since it was too expensive to freeze dry, $1,200 to be exact, he decided to cast it in plaster to use as a doorstop and capture a 3D rendering so he can make keychains. But then that's when the idea of eating it came about. When asked about how he prepared the foot to be eaten, he said,
Marinade?
before we cast it, I quickly took a knife from my kitchen and cut a chunk off the top of my shin. The skin was already kind of off from the surgery, leaving a big chunk of muscle exposed. After I just took the muscle. I put it in a plastic bag, put it in my freezer. After we cast the leg, I took a bunch of pictures, put it in a box of flowers, and cremated it. Having the chunk in his hands, he called 10 of his friends and asked them if they were down to eat his human meat, which by shock, they all say yes. One of his friend's boyfriends is a professional chef, so she decided to ask if he would cook the meat, and of course, the chef wouldn't say yes. Shiny required the chef, his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, 4 friends he's known for over 10 years, and one of their daughters. Can you imagine that conversation, though? The process of cooking the meat was extensive since the chef had to marinate it overnight. He then sauteed it with onions, salt and pepper, peppers, and lime juice. He then served it on a corn tortilla with tomatillo sauce. He called his masterpiece human shin fajitas, and in case you're curious about it, you can find the recipe here, you Hannibal Lecters. As far as taste, Shiny said the particular cut was super beefy and have a very pronounced beefy flavor to it. The muscle was tough and chewy, and despite the fact he was eating himself, he said it's not too shabby.
So
I'm
hungry.
delicious.
People think it tastes like pork because in movies we hear it called long pig, but the term originated in places like Papua New Guinea where they would eat wild boar. They're not eating our big, fat, domesticated pigs that have white meat. Boars don't have white meat. They just don't. I remember eating a heritage pig, and it was some of the reddest, most flavorful meat I'd ever had. It was almost like venison, and I think it's more akin to that. Safe to say, the group had a great time, cracking jokes left and right to avoid an awkward situation. Using dark humor, Shiny said at one point, he said, well, today was the day I was inside 10 of my friends at once. The next day, he received a phone call from a friend saying, hey, just so you know, I pooped you out. Sorry. In a way, a unique bonding experience that he could share with close friends and give him closure after his accident. During his accident, Shiny said his foot was hanging off and was broken, mangled, and dirty. Lucky to be alive, he was found by a young woman who had just graduated from high school and knew CPR. 15 minutes later, an off-duty paramedic showed and called 911. Due to the broken bones and missing bones from the accident, there was no way of salvaging it. So what happened to the rest of the foot? Its ashes are safe and sound in a jar on his girlfriend's altar in her living room. I mean, props to him for finding a coping mechanisms for his tragic accident. It really takes courage to overcome that stepping stone.
Yeah, I get it.
Heroic even, but eating your own foot? Then people agreeing to eat your foot? Nope. Big nope from me. No, sir. Good day. Well.
I would eat
Hey, Ben
somebody's
Comedy,
foot.
thanks for lurking. Would you do it?
I would, absolutely.
You'd eat
Fajitas? Nigga.
foot fajitas?
Nigga.
Human foot fajitas.
Yes.
My foot.
Yeah, I mean.
You had to think about it for a minute. Like, what's the difference between my foot,
He's also
Sean's
charging
foot,
out with warm up.
Dwayne's foot? Like,
I'm not saying anything.
are you supposed to, like, since I have Japanese in me, is my foot destined to be like teriyaki?
I kind of figured it'd be like off flavored. Yeah, maybe a teriyaki or soy sauce flavored, something like that.
All right. What about a black foot?
Oh, for sure. It's already seasoned. Ready to be deep fried and everything. See, even Sean's hungry. Deep fried nigga toes? That sounds like something people eat anyways. Right?
Not for me.
Isn't that something?
me.
Like deep fried nigga toes?
No, thank you. Not for me.
Well,
Yeah, you're not supposed
if
to
you
eat
had
human.
to eat one race of people, which race would it be?
From what one race of people? Probably Japanese.
Really? So you want to be hungry afterwards?
Yeah, well, they always have to take their shoes off when they go in the house, so I don't know. Their shoes.
I need you to elaborate on that. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe their feet get aired out more often or something. I don't know.
So what? Their feet stink less? Or...
Yeah.
I mean, if you're cooking them, does it really matter?
Here's something that may bother some of you.
May.
May bother some of you. Not
won't.
nearly as much as the last story did.
It won't bother me.
Nothing bothers you.
Nope. So glad Mesa Kills is here.
I know. I saw that.
Me too.
Jenny says, "You guys don't take your shoes off." I do. I don't like to walk around the house with shoes on.
I don't. I got monkey feet, so I'm not trying to show those to anybody.
I don't give a fuck. If you're gonna judge me because of what my feet look like, then
It's good, Jenny.
get out of my life.
I wear
She said weirdos.
indoors. I wear my shoes on my ears.
So Sean, which race of people would you eat? You didn't answer that question.
Jenny, did you catch the last? Did you just get here? Did you see this story that we just got done with?
We have
Jenny
to
said,
eat
"Josh, your
one
clothes are
genocide
nasty."
only.
Jenny
Well, I
said,
can't
"Josh."
eat them all.
No, you can't eat them all. You can't mix and match. You can't have like an Asian on top of like an African.
Can't have I can't have
You
a
only have one.
sandwich.
You only eat one person or one race of people.
Jenny said, "Josh, your floors are nasty." Oh, she missed it. We just did an article about somebody who had their foot amputated and then had it cooked in carne asada tacos and fed it to their friends.
Yeah. So now we're trying to figure out which race of people we would all eat.
Yeah.
Sean's pondering right now. He looks confused.
Probably the most athletic.
So niggas.
You know, I would. I want to eat it. Like, if I have to eat a foot, I'm going to eat it somebody that's really super fat.
Well, you can eat the whole person.
And doesn't walk
That's
around
not
very
the
much.
whole
Because then
race.
it'd be like
I'm not
the
eating
meat
a
would be a lot
foot.
softer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably avoid most feet.
I'll go with the thigh.
Yeah.
She said, ew. I missed it, ew. So, on to the next thing.
Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good news, we're doing a weekly giveaway on our YouTube channel for Amazon gift cards. All you gotta do to enter is like the video, give us a subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you give us on the weekly videos for that week, we go Monday through Sunday, the more chances you have being entered, basically. So I'm going to go through whatever the most creative content is as far as your comments go, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll send you a gift card. It's pretty simple. Free money. Who likes free money? I know I do. Subscribe. Have a good day.